Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Listen, www.cdsempoweredjourneycoaching.com. Get you a life coach. Get you a life coach. So, I haven't been going live, and I know some of y'all looking for me. But I've been behind the scenes. Been behind the scenes working, trying to get this stuff together. But I do have some things that is coming to you soon. Give me time. Because me and my father, we getting it together. And I promise you will. But I need y'all to stay tuned. Because it's going to be a good experience. That's all I would say to you. It's going to be good. I got some stuff coming for you. So, today, me and my daughter will be talking about transitioning from a 16-year-old to becoming an adult, because I know from experience, because I used to be 16, and I know from experience that transition, it's a little scary. It's a little scary. And I wish that, let me go into to telling you about why CDS is really important for me why it's important for me. It's important for me because, like, I want to be to people that I wanted people to be to me. So with me being, when I was 16, I needed somebody to help me to become that adult. I needed somebody to sit down and have that conversation with me and guide me through some things that I needed. So, and I'm not saying that my people are bad people because they didn't do that. I'm just saying that we need that as women. We need women to teach us as women how to be women, how to deal with challenges, and how to deal with relationships, how to increase our independency, how to deal with life changes, how to develop our identity. We need that one person that's going to tell us, like, look, do it like this. Try this way. Do this way. And introduce us into God. Tell us to pray. Tell us to fast. Teaching us how to just being on the right path. And that's what CDS Empowered Journey Coaching is doing. It's basically teaching families how to bring structure back in your home, how to teach your kids the right path to take. So, with that being said, that's what we're having today. We're having a conversation of transitioning from a 16-year-old to an adult. And how do you feel about transitioning? Because people say, well, this is a conversation with me and you. No, this is a conversation with me and you, but the world should know too that what teenagers and young girls need in their life in order to be successful, in order to love their self, in order to know which path to take in life. Because if nobody really sits down and helps you, how would you know? You basically you're gonna find that path on your own, and that's what I had to do. I had to find that path on my own with the help of my father. God didn't take His hand off of me, and that's why I'm where I'm at today, because God never took His hand off of me. So, with that being said, tell me what it is that a 16-year-old needs to have, has questions about to become an adult.
I would say, like, for me personally, I would say they need to ask, like, how they can like explore their identity, how they can explore their career paths, and how to change, like, as a person.
Okay, so when you say your identity, what do you mean by identity?
What I mean by identity is, since we have, like, social media and we have, like, TV and stuff, it's a lot of, like, older people that some teenagers might look up to or they want to be like, and some of the people that they look to up to, their identities are not, like,
Yeah,
really.
I understand that. I understand that completely. Um, really, it's with the words that the women are using today.
Yeah.
Um, the images that they are putting out today.
Yeah.
The relationships that people are putting out today.
Yeah, and it's making the people like us that we're growing up, we're gonna be like adults soon. It's making us think that that's the right way to, like, act, and that's the way we're supposed to treat people, and that's the way we're supposed to look, when we're supposed to be, like, different from, like, each other. We're not supposed to look like the same. We're not supposed to act the same. And I feel like teenagers growing up should find their own identity.
That's right.
And branch out into, like, their own person, because if you look at, like, a certain person or whatever, it's probably not going to end up good. You probably turn out like them, and that's not good.
But also, if you're picking somebody else's identity, wouldn't that make you depressed? Because what if you don't live up to their expectations? Because you're going to have to put expectations on it.
Right.
Because if you fall short in how they do as a person, it's going to make you feel a certain way, because you're not like them.
Yeah.
So if you're like yourself and have your own way, you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Because if you choose your own identity or you go on your own path, you'll be happy because you'll be acting a certain way that you want to. You'll be doing something that makes you happy instead of trying to live in other people's images. And then you start getting, like, frustrated and anxious and depressed because you feel like you're not reaching the standards that the person that you're trying to be like, you're not trying to reach their standards, and it's making you feel upset because you're not in their image.
That's right. That's right. So when it comes to, what about being independent?
Oh, that's
when you when you used to relying on your parents.
Yeah, that's a big one, especially for my generation, because we've been like, because y'all been, like, outside and, like, doing stuff.
Yeah, because
like,
I used to ride bikes and stuff.
Yeah, y'all used to be outside.
Yes,
like,
we did.
But when we were growing up, we were, like, sheltered in the house, and like, we had COVID, so we was just, like, mostly in the house with our parents, like cleaning and, like, cooking and helping us and stuff. Which I'm not saying they can't help you like once you get older, because that's what your parents are for.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying that when you grow up, you have to like learn how to be independent, because you're like when you get your own house or you go off to school or college or anything, your parents will sadly they won't be there to they won't be there to like help you clean or cook, or they might you can ask for advice, like call them and if you have any problems, but they won't be there to help you with life, tasks and stuff
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
So how has that been for you?
It's been a big challenge, especially with one of my parents being gone right now,
Yeah.
and they was like basically kind of like babying me.
Daddy.
Dad, when he was here, he was basically babying me and helping me and stuff. Which I'm not saying
That's not a bad thing.
yeah, for him to help me, but he was helping me to the point where I would just rely on him to like cook and clean too. So with him being gone, it's made me realize that one day it's gonna be like this every day, and I'm gonna have to start relying on myself and doing stuff on my own. Which I think I'm doing pretty decent.
That's right. That's
now.
right. Because you have, since he gone, because Dad will handicap them kids, but we're very thankful for him though, because he's a very good father. Very good father.
Even though he was babying me, he was still saying how like when I get older I should be self-sufficient and independent, because my mom's not gonna be here all the time, and my dad's not gonna be here all the time.
That's right.
So
that's right.
I have to learn how to do stuff on my own and just maneuver in life.
Yeah, it's a touching subject, but it's something that has to be done, and we know that it's something that is for us to grow.
Yeah, and
it's for us to grow.
This experience, not to cut you off, but I feel like this experience has taught me a lot, and it's showed me how I need to, grow as a person as I get older, because I'm getting older and I don't want to have to rely on my, parents for everything.
That's right.
Like I could always ask them stuff, but I can't rely on them like the whole time, because I'm gonna be by myself.
That's right, and you have two, and you have a mother, and you was blessed with a mother and a father. Yeah. So you have the best of both worlds. And, usually in the homes, studies tell you that them are the most successful kids. That they are.
They are.
So that's what they're saying. But also, they can be the most spoiled kids.
Yes.
And we try to teach y'all not to be so dependent on us.
Right.
Not saying we're not going to be there.
Yeah.
But you can pick that mop up, and you can pick that broom up. And you can pick that vacuum up.
Yeah.
And you can wash them dishes. And you can fry that chicken. So that and you can wash them clothes. So that's what it is, because they gonna have to, especially women. They're held. Women are held to a standard. They are held to a standard. When you go to a woman's house and her house nasty, if you go to a woman's house and her house nasty, you ain't gonna look at that man.
Yeah.
You gonna look at that woman. So we're held to a standard. So I have to, teach my daughter, like, make your bed. How many times I have to tell her, make your bed the first thing when you wake up in the morning, because that's what starts your day.
Yeah.
And now we're getting into that we're exercising more.
Yeah.
We're exercising our minds. We're exercising our bodies. That's what we're getting into. And it makes us feel better.
It does.
Next is, what about new responsibilities?
Oh, that's a new one too. I have since I've been by myself downstairs. I have been getting some new responsibilities, but I always have responsibilities. But it's just like since I'm getting older now, it's starting to pile up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have like school and we gotta come home
You got to clean up and
and yeah. So it's basically like I feel like teenagers now should start um, learning and using time management so you can get all of the stuff that you need. You can get that done in one day because if you like procrastinate or you're just like lazy, you can like
you can be stuck.
yeah, you'll still be doing the same thing that you've been supposed to do, and it's not good.
So, how has it been for you with cutting your time with social media a little bit? Because you have been cutting it.
Um, at at first I realized that me being on like let's say TikTok or me being on like any other social media platform all day, it cut less of my time through the day, and I would still have stuff to do, and I was on my phone the whole time, so I didn't really have the time to do what I had to do. But since I cut back on my social media time, I've been getting more stuff done. Um, I've been doing extra stuff, you know. And you can also get like new hobbies and start exploring yourself more once you detach yourself from social media.
Yeah. You find out who you really are.
Yeah, like what you like, stuff like that.
That's right. So, as for financial management, you're going to have to start being good with managing your money. How do you feel about that?
Um, I feel like it's gonna be a challenge because usually when I get money, I spend it in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like as I get older and I start to learn how um, money management is like good for you, like when you're an adult, it can really help with saving money and saving extra money on the side.
And you don't
Stuff
have
like
to
that.
spend everything in one place.
Yeah, you don't have to spend all your money in one place, and you can save up. You know, put that towards stuff you want to do, and you won't be in a lot of debt.
That's right. So, and also, what about you going from like, 16 to a adult? What about your relationships? Like, relationships with
Oh,
people.
relationships.
Are you nervous in that aspect? Because we're not gonna be there and be like, that ain't right. Like we can't be. We're not with you all the time to like see who is who. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to go off that for your own self.
Well, I know you're probably talking about like romantic relationships, but with relationships, I feel like you should have a strong relationship with your parents when you get older, so you can ask them questions, or if you need like any help, you can ask them, or you can ask God when you get a relationship with Him, so He can provide you with the answers that you need,
Mm-hmm.
and tell you what's right or wrong, and He'll give you a sign most likely. Um, as for like romantic relationships, I would say to like pray about it and see if the person that you want to talk to or be with is the right one,
Mm-hmm.
because you can just like go off like your heart, because you know how people like go off your heart and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't work out and it can turn into a big mess. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should go with your brain and your gut, to
Mm-hmm.
see if a relationship is good for you.
So let me ask you another question. How is your relationship with God? How is it now, and how would you continue it as you become an adult?
I would say I'm starting to get into it more, because at first it wasn't really strong,
Mm-hmm.
so it's getting stronger. And how I would carry that on as I get as I'm like an adult, I would say like praying, you know, like when you get up, like when you go to bed, before you eat, just make sure like you pray. Also when you like fast and stuff, you pray too. Try to read his like word, his Bible.
And we're gonna be transparent here. We ain't always been where we read his word.
Yeah.
We started and we was doing it at 1st, but we getting back into it.
Yeah. You'll have like some.
You're backsliding.
Yeah. You'll have some times where you draw away from him,
but God is married to the backsliders.
Yeah.
He will bring you back.
You'll eventually come back to him in your ways, and you know.
And that's okay. Don't be.
Do backslide, and he brings you back. Just try to like stay right there for a long time.
Yeah. Just continue to. We gonna listen. Life is all about learning, but it's also all about trials and tribulations. We gonna backslide. We gonna make mistakes, but we're gonna get back up and we're gonna try again. That's all we gonna do. We can't do nothing more, nothing less. Get back up and try again. And if you read his word, he will start allowing all the things that you do that you're not supposed to fall off. So stay close to God. Read his word. Fast. And be a good person. Be a good person. So, I hope y'all like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we love y'all. Peace.